What was the best performance by a footballer this season? This is like the main five I'm thinking of, so let's go through them and then narrow it down to one. First up is Rafinha versus Bayern, and this game had everything. The tension, the individual quality, the narratives. Rafinha was on absolute smoke this game. A hat-trick against the #1 demon for Barcelona in the Champions League. Bayern were shook because of Rafinha's intensity off the ball, the quality of goals he was creating from this tiny of an angle, constantly moving, constantly attacking at their throat. A hat-trick in this big of a match in the Champions League. Nuts performance. Next up, Salah versus Newcastle. The comeback that he had, the way that he led his team in creation, scoring goals, helping them in build-up, literally in every single phase, it was the Salah show. This is the best he's ever played. It's seriously one of his best performances of his career. I think this is the culmination of his season so far. Normally in fixtures where it's so difficult to impose yourself, Liverpool, every single chance they had, they looked for him and he actually delivered. When I'm rating these performances, I'm considering the context of the game, and the momentum was against Liverpool multiple times, but Salah still bailed him out. Salah still stepped up, showed leadership, and showed his quality. Another ridiculous performance, Jude Bellingham versus Atalanta in the Super Cup. This is one of the most complete midfield performances I've seen in years. Think back to the build-up of this game. Real Madrid, new team, new chemistry. They have to build those partnerships still, but Atalanta, they were just off, ending Leverkusen's unbeaten streak and off one of the most ridiculous defensive performances all season long last year. But Jude Bellingham happened. Every single phase of play, in build-up, he solved it for Real Madrid. He carried out of pressure. He received and dribbled and turned in tight spaces. He obviously assisted Mbappe at the end of the game, but the quality of the chances he was producing. This situation, he completely breaks out of Atalanta's press and telling Vidi to run, and creates an opportunity like this through his own individual quality. He had goal threat in this game. He was creative. He led his team, and he was such a defensive powerhouse too. This guy just did everything. It was a superhero performance. One of the best 8 performances I've seen in so long. But then there's also this genius Pedri, the Darth Vader to Jude's Luke Skywalker. His game versus Benfica in the Champions League, leading that comeback, and that Benfica team was good, by the way. They had multiple results against top teams. Setting tempo, dictating the midfield is one thing, but if you're losing, who cares? Pedri cared. He showed the poise and genius of a midfielder, but the game-winning impact of a forward with how creative and decisive he was in this game. This assist to win it was ridiculous, but also the chances he was creating, overall, just an unbelievable performance. And now the most recent of all of them, Mbappe versus City, a hat-trick in a Champions League knockout match. This is peak Mbappe. This is what we want to see. Mbappe understood his role to a T. He was facilitating. He was creating chances for others. He was dropping in the right moments, but he was still direct. He was still killing Mbappe. The off-ball threat he showed, running in transition, absolutely embarrassing Ruben Diaz, but also running in the technical quality, absolutely embarrassing Vardiol, laughing, having that ego, having that presence. That's the guy I remember. That's the same guy who scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Now that I've made a case for all of them, it is time to choose the best performance of the season so far. And final decision, I think it's Rafinha. I don't think people realize the stakes of this match. Obviously, it was a UCL game, but Barcelona were showing signs of promise this season. It's a new attacking, exciting quality under Hansi Flick. But did it matter if they choked it away the one time they needed to against Bayern? Bayern were competitive for like 20 minutes in that game, but Rafinha shut them up through pure quality, attacking intensity. He decided the game on his own turn. That momentum snowballs and Barcelona drop a 4-0 on Real Madrid head the next week. It's just an extremely clutch performance, extremely high quality performance when Barcelona needed Rafinha the most.